dedicato la mia vita ai momenti più felici, ad inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Quante volte mi hai deluso, non importa, io ci credo e vivo il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci gridare ancora, facci gridare ancora, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Quanti viaggi con gli amici, tanti posti sconosciuti, tutti uniti innamorati di un sogno. Canto sempre con orgoglio, anche quando sono stanco, mai nessuno può distruggere il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai.
Ciao John e ciao a tutti gli amici di Staten Island. Ieri purtroppo il Bari ha perso in casa con l'Empoli 4-0, ha perso, ma ha perso soprattutto molto male, perché è una sconfitta che per i tifosi del Bari è inaccettabile. Qui a Bari un po' è finito nell'occhio del ciclone l'allenatore Fabio Grosso. Perché? Perché ha cambiato rispetto all'ultima formazione di sabato scorso ben 6 giocatori, cambiando anche modulo, lasciando in tribuna l'olandese Anderson, ma soprattutto Galano, che pare, a causa di un litigio che è scoppiato una settimana scorsa in allenamento, e l'ha voluto punire con questa tribuna. Ha cambiato 6 giocatori, ha cambiato modulo, passando dal famoso 4-3-3 con cui il Bari ha fatto le migliori prestazioni, ad un 3-5-2 che sinceramente non mi ha convinto, con la presenza di 3 difensori centrali che in realtà poi si sono fatti tagliare come burro nell'occasione dei gol. Purtroppo fino al 31 dicembre sarà attivo il calciomercato. Il calciomercato non fa mai bene ai giocatori, perché sono sempre molto distratti. Pare infatti che Anderson sarà venduto in questa sessione. Non sappiamo cosa sia successo, si è rotto qualcosa in uno spogliatoio, Grosso non ha più in mano la squadra, non lo sappiamo. Di sicuro non crediamo che Grosso rischi di essere esonerato, non sembra questa la soluzione. Però Grosso ha avuto un po' il delirio di onnipotenza che hanno un po' tutti gli allenatori, quella di cambiare giocatori, cambiare squadra, cambiare modulo, per far capire che sono loro la parte fondamentale della squadra, sono loro che sono i vincenti, non i giocatori. Secondo me occorre tornare subito ad un 4-3-3 che valorizza meglio la rosa del Bari e con cui ho sempre visto le migliori prestazioni. Questo modulo non ci piace e speriamo che non venga più riproposto. Speriamo che nella prossima partita in trasferta si avveri il famoso proverbio: squadra che vince, che perde in casa, vince.
Staten Island Soccer Report coming to you live tonight from Studio A at CTV. Alongside me tonight, we got Vito, and I think there's no other better person to have on the show tonight to speak definitely about Bari and to dedicate this show tonight to them. They recently celebrated a birthday. But before we get into Bari, Vito, let me just cover what's going on. We usually do this on the show. With youth side, on the youth side of soccer. Really not much going on, I know, on the youth side because it's the winter break and a lot of teams are probably just practicing and maybe playing a tournament here and there in Jersey or even on the island. There's a couple of tournaments indoors going on. So really not much on the youth side of things. And I want to dedicate most of the show to Bari. Also do want to mention we had a birthday yesterday. One of our...
The legend.
The legend, exactly. Gigi Buffon, and we have him in the background there. Want to wish him a happy birthday, and I think this is it for him, right?
Who knows? I mean, I would never count him out. Maybe he wants to coach in the future. I mean, Lippi called in on the show yesterday. He was on the Rai with Fazio. They did a show, and he had a lot of dedications. There was Andrea Pirlo who called in, Lippi. A lot of famous people. They want him to continue playing, and actually he's in good fitness, so he may continue. I mean, I'll be honest, I like to see him coach, and if he is going to coach, he's probably going to be an assistant down the road with Juventus, more than likely.
You know, I got to tell you, a lot of people say, I've heard a lot of things about goalkeepers not being a good coach.
I would doubt that.
Right? I mean...
Dino Zoff was a good coach.
Right, so... I wouldn't doubt he'd be a great coach, but I'd like to see him play at least maybe squeeze out one more season with Juve, you know, and try the goal. I think his goal would be right now at the end of his career is try and get that Champions League.
Oh yeah,
right, with Juve. That's what I mean. He's got plenty of Serie A championships. So yeah, let's try and get this. UEFA championship for Gigi. But you know what, Gigi, happy birthday. The show is not about you tonight. It's about FC Bari. I tell you, he's the best keeper in my mind. You know.
Oh, definitely one of the all-time best.
Yeah, definitely.
What he's done in his career, you
Right.
know, you're talking about over 2 decades.
Right.
So, I mean, and he was close to being the only player to, you know, he was almost, if they would have qualified Italy, he would have set the record.
Yeah, that's
it was very close, but
that's a whole nother show.
Exactly.
The reason why they didn't qualify.
Sure.
We could do that, do a whole show on that. But Vito, let's touch on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's touch on your background.
Oh yeah.
Bades.
Yeah, Mola di Bari. My parents are from Mola di Bari. My whole family's from Mola di Bari.
Okay.
I'm very proud of the achievements of the Barese people in every industry, every occupation. Now they're opening up a restaurant in Woodrow Plaza, Eat Italian. They're from Mola di Bari.
Yep.
So, you know, I'm very happy because a lot of the Molese people, they came here, they started from zero, and they made something of themselves.
Yes.
You know, they've achieved greatness, so I'm very honored.
Well, I got to tell you that, you know, there's a big following on my Facebook page. I probably have over 1,000 people, and I would say 95% of them are Bari's people from the town of Bari, all over the town, and they love the fact that I mentioned their team in New York. You know, they would have never thought anyone would have a show and talk about their team here in New York City. So
it's remarkable because Bari's worldwide. They got fans all over the world, and you would think a team this popular would be doing incredible things in Serie A, but unfortunately, the way the organization with the management has gone, it's been, you know, up in the loop. But you got, right now, you have an oil tycoon who's in charge, owns the team 50%. Ahmed Nardine is not a poor guy.
No.
He's an oil man from Malaysia. You're talking about one of the richest people. And Cosmo Giancaspro, who owns the other 50%. I mean, I'm sure they have money. The problem, they've been saying the fans that they've been putting the money in their pockets instead of investing it for the fans. That's been the talk, you know?
Yeah, that's the problem. You know what? We're going to dissect the whole thing right from the start, top to bottom. Where do you want to start? You want to start from
I want to talk about the acquisitions because during this transfer window, I mean, Bari did get Balkovic. Then they also got a Greek defender from Bologna, Akamanu, Emperor from Foggia, and Henderson, who's interesting. He's a young guy from Celtic. And when you think of Celtic, the last player we got from Celtic was Massimo Donati, who now is going to be coaching. So, it's interesting. I mean, you know what? Hopefully they could get it a big name. That's what's been lacking,
Right.
you know?
Well,
They haven't been.
to get a big name, you got to spend big money, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the problem. And you know, and they watch my show back in Bari, and whenever I get a chance to go down there, we got a call. It seems like all right, let's go right to the call, and then we'll continue. You're on the Staten Island Soccer Report. Anything yet? All right, we'll continue. That's the big thing. They got to spend the money.
Yeah.
Right, if they don't spend the money, you're not going to have the
Exactly.
players. But why aren't they spending the money?
That's a good point. I don't know. It's
Now,
tough to
again,
understand.
like I was saying, they see this show in Italy. I mean, because it's going to go on YouTube, and they watch it. Enzo there, that does a show in Bari, they see it. They could call up the show. I know time difference is, it's like 2 in the morning there now. I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
exactly.
but again, they can always send us a video like we got. And I want to thank Dario for that video. Excellent information from him. And I met him last month. He came down. He came down to New York, and I met him in person. So great guy, him and his family. But again, why? That's the
I
big
know.
question.
Well, they just did you hear Andrada, Argentine forward? He just went through the medical, and he sent a message on Instagram that
Okay.
he's on his way. He was on a plane.
Okay.
He's coming to Bari. Now they're also talking about Musmaj, who's a midfielder from Benevento.
Yes, is this Vincenzo? We got a few second delay. Vincenzo Tozo, is that you? All right, we'll continue until we get Vincenzo.
Hey, Giovanni,
Yes, Vincenzo, how are you?
you're coming loud and clear.
Yes, so are you, loud and clear. We got Vito on the show with us tonight. He's from Mola di Bari.
Hey, Wino, Giovanni.
All right. So, Vincenzo, as you know, Bari celebrated their 110th birthday earlier this month. Any thoughts on that?
Well, Johnny, that means besides Bari, the oldest, even before Bari, that has the longest, it's Genoa.
Genoa.
19.
Genoa, I believe, was 1898.
Ooh,
Long
1898.
time.
So we're
So,
talking about almost 120 years, Johnny.
so is Genoa the oldest team?
The oldest team, Genoa, and then came other clubs which were like Inter, Juventus. But Genoa was the first team ever.
Well, they had to have a few teams to start the league.
Yeah,
no?
like I said, but Genoa was they were playing amateur level.
Right.
They were the first one to be recorded.
Okay.
And the first team to be recorded in Italian Serie A team.
So, like in hockey, they have the original 6.
Exactly.
Right? So,
Yeah, I think it was 8 teams
okay.
when they started. But Genoa was the oldest club.
So, Vincenzo, give us some of your memories of Bari throughout the years. What's your biggest memory? And then,
You know, everybody has been going up and down. They were always like other teams. If you don't have the money to make an investment in upcoming soccer stars, you got to go up in the A, then go down to the B, and sometimes even a low level, C division.
no good.
But I remember Bari in the I would say 60s or early 70s. They were like in the middle of the standing.
Right. Yeah.
But the original Bari, like the one I remember when I was growing up, you had the Mupo, Catalano. Those were really good soccer players. They were from the local towns.
Right.
Catalano was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mola di Bari.
Okay.
He was playing in Bari. And you had a lot of local soccer players, John.
And that's-
they were playing for nothing.
That's what makes it great, Vincenzo, having local players like Bari's players on that team.
Yeah.
Hey, the other one was Erba.
You probably don't have any of
Grupo
that.
Catalano. Oh, boy.
When was the last Bari's that played on there? Was it Cassano?
Wow.
Probably, maybe.
Cassano.
Wow.
Yeah. Cassano, Nicola Bellomo.
You know, when I think of Cassano with Bari, I think of that goal that he scored against
Inter.
Inter. Unbelievable goal that he scored. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Well, Cassano, they had an interview maybe a couple of weeks ago. Or I would say maybe sometime in November.
Yeah.
And he said, what is your, his favorite team was Inter.
Yes.
He played with Inter. And he says, you used to, even when you play with Bari, with Sampdoria, he says, he loved to score against Juventus. He would do flipping to score a goal against Juventus.
Okay.
So,
All right. So what else?
I hope John, this year we'll make the playoff.
Exactly.
Well, that's the goal now. It has to be the goal, like it is every year, to at least make the playoffs. We're going to dissect this team, Vincenzo, here the next 45 minutes. We're going to really get into the nitty-gritty with Bari, and I have the perfect guest here tonight to do it with. So any other thoughts, Vincenzo, on Bari? You got to go back, way back now.
Like I said, John, the one that I was rooting, and one of my beautiful memory in life,
Right.
and maybe Vito, but Vito, he understands Italian, English, or what is it, John?
Sure.
Non ti speak Malese o Guagnano,
Parlo italiano, malese, inglese, come vuoi.
Anyway, in English, right, Vito? Anyway, I was about in the first, la prima media, within 6th grade. In Italy, John, in the 60s or in the 50s, you finish the 5th grade.
Yeah.
You would turn the books up in the air like you graduated from college.
That's after 5th grade, yeah.
5th grade.
Wow.
I Vito might, you might know what I'm talking about. So in my town, 5th grade, everybody went was to learn a trade, a barber,
Right.
a tailor, anything else in town. So because the priest told my father, he goes, no, your son is intelligent. So they sent me Seminario di Bari,
Okay.
right, in Bari, 1959, John.
Nice.
And they took us, they used to call the seminaristi, like, people that want to become a priest. That's the only way you could go advance in school. You have to go to seminary. You can't, otherwise in town you have to learn a trade. So they sent me to Bari.
Okay.
And one Sunday afternoon, they took us to the stadium.
Nice.
What a beautiful
Nice.
game. I remember this guy was a Boulder guy, like a Benzo used to play for Mullet in USA. But it wasn't Benzo, it was somebody else. And it stick in my mind, in memory, this guy, he saved a goal on the line with his head like a Boulder guy.
Nice.
When he come out, he saw like red right on top of his head. That's how hard was the shot, and he saved with his head. And you still remember that moment,
So that moment stuck with you, okay?
Yeah. That was 1959.
Wow.
And that was my first game in Bari.
Nice.
Woo!
Okay, long time. Okay, Vincenzo, listen, also another icon celebrated a birthday this past weekend. Do you know who that is?
Sound like somebody that is going to be 69.
No, not even close. He gets better with age, just like wine. Gigi,
Like you, John,
Mr.
because
Not
you're
me.
a young guy.
I'm not playing anymore. Gigi Buffon, 40 years old.
Luigi Buffon.
Real quick, Vincenzo, what's your thoughts on him? Can he still play, or is this it?
No.
That's it?
Maybe he could play with Bari.
Hey, we'd take him. I'd take him. You know that. So
This goalie they have is okay, Johnny.
So Vincenzo, what's your thought on goalkeepers becoming head coaches?
Zenga,
Right?
he's a Crotone.
Yes.
Zenga, he used to be Italian goalkeeper from Inter. He used
Brad
to also play
Friedel?
national team.
Brad Friedel with New England, MLS.
Yeah, remember, remember, I'm talking for myself, or
Yeah,
for my
yeah, of course.
experience. Let's put it this way, experience, right? I would say a goalkeeper, a defender will be a better coach than somebody who's a forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you have Guardiola was a midfielder, Ancelotti a midfielder. You got some other coaches.
Yeah.
They defender or midfield. Forward, you got few of them.
Vincenzo, in my mind, I think anybody could coach. If you give me a team like Brazil, you don't need a coach.
Well, Johnny, I don't know if I told you the story when they had. It was last year when the Brooklyn Cosmos.
Yes.
They had a dinner at the Gardula restaurant.
Yes. Yes.
And who was there? Shep Messing.
Shep Messing. Yes. Yeah.
Right? So I went to Shep Messing. I said, Shep, because you know, I remember when he played goalie, because one of my friends,
Yeah.
Dr. Trachtenberg, Arnold Trachtenberg,
Wow.
we went to school together. He didn't know nothing about soccer. So I said, come on, Arnold. I said, you play in defense, I help him out. That guy remembered me, just said, yeah, you were the guy that you know, you put me on your team, because we used to choose team, and I always put him on my team. He became a doctor. And he was the doctor, Cosmos. Right? So Shep Mason, I met him. I said, Shep, you know, tell my son, because he wanted to play goalkeeper. He said, what's the secret? The secret. He said, you know what's the secret?
Good defense.
Beckenbauer, Carlos Alberto, Bob Bialucci,
Yeah.
Niskins.
A good defense.
You know, I had to do nothing. They did all the work.
All right, Vincenzo, we're going to continue on here. We'll see.
Johnny.
Thank you again, as always, Vincenzo, for calling in and giving me a few minutes. It's very appreciated, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Johnny, the next, today I did call the director,
Yeah.
and he said, because the 17th and 24th, it's a winter recess.
Right.
So he said, if we don't do it on 10
Okay.
March, you guys going outside. He said, yes, he's got to call the person who makes the schedule, just to make sure we got the. It's
Okay.
always between around 6:30, Johnny.
You got it. No problem, Vincenzo. All right.
February 10th. And also, John, I want to compliment on your team,
Yeah.
your coach, by John Conteduca.
Thank you, sir.
And you guys really put a beautiful exhibition. And also, the Flower Boys, you know, a year younger, so
Yeah.
they did their share.
They played really well, the boys, against my team, and it was a great game. Again, everyone had fun. That's what it's all about.
I'm
That's
telling
it.
you, Johnny,
That's
I
it.
tell everybody at the end when the people we let them up for
Yeah.
the handshake, for the high five, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, handshakes.
High five, handshake,
Yeah.
no hand. But now you got me confused.
Yeah.
Anyway, for the high five,
Yes.
tell everybody, listen, forget about the score.
That's it.
Anybody participate in this tournament is automatically a winner.
That's it. Yep.
Did you learn something? You asked, then you're a winner.
That's it. Yeah, it was a good time, Vincenzo. We all had a good time. That's all that
And then the
matters.
next one, John, you're going to have the girls basically same age.
Yes.
And the only problem, you know, the girls are in different teams.
All right.
What
Yeah.
I'm going to do this Friday, I'm going to see all the girls here, Johnny, and it will be a surprise.
Okay.
I'm going to be the coach of the girls.
That's
So,
it. That's it. Yes.
Vincenzo Turso against Johnny Conteduca.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right, Johnny.
All right, Vincenzo. Thank you again, Vincenzo. We'll see you. Yeah, that's the Vincenzo. I call him Vincenzo the Great. Yeah, St. Francis Hall of Fame. So he was just touching up that I coach a Staten Island soccer club girls team, U15, and we're going to go over and play his team in a couple weeks. So that's what he was talking about. All right, let's get back to this
Yeah.
Bari team.
I mean, the play Andrade is from River Plate, so I mean,
Okay.
he's playing with probably one of the best teams in Argentina. So
No.
hopefully he could produce.
I get a lot of feedback, all right, I listen to fans, after games and Bari that they complain, and what they've been saying about this past weekend, the loss, right, that he brought in these new players. One of these players was a forward, which one of the forwards that came out, I forget his name. Now, there's an unwritten rule that a new player in the middle of the season, doesn't come and start the game. He doesn't start the game. Not supposed to. It's not written,
Yeah.
right? So you put him in maybe halftime.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Put him in
That's
half-
usually the trend.
So the fans were complaining that he started the first minute against Empoli. Didn't even know what to do, according to the fans. Again, so they were upset with the way he coaches right now, and I'm also hearing that this is again about Grosso, and again the fans saying this, that he's afraid to make moves.
Yeah.
We're down 2-0 at home. He didn't even make a sub until he waited until 13 minutes into the second half.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting from the
Sure.
fans.
I mean, you know what it is? Fabio Grosso is still a young coach. He just
Yeah.
only coached the
Yeah.
Juventus youth last year. So,
Yeah.
you know, he doesn't have that much experience under his belt, but
Yeah.
he was a winner as a soccer player,
Right,
winning the World Cup, you know, scoring the winning goal.
Yeah.
So now he's got to build his resume on the coaching
Right,
side.
and it doesn't always translate from
That's
your
a good point.
from playing career. You could be a great player. Right?
Maradona is one example.
Right.
He coached Argentina.
Yeah.
They didn't, you know,
Nothing, no.
they
Right.
lost to Germany that year when he was coaching in the World Cup. So it doesn't mean that you're a great
Yeah.
player, that it's going to be translating into a great coach. It's not always the case.
It's
but
always a good thing to
takes
have
time.
it is a good thing having a big name player like when we first signed him. I was excited. You
Oh,
know, you
yeah,
got a
of
great
course.
player.
Of course.
He's done a lot of good things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we'll see. Is it fair now, halfway through the season, that they want him out?
I know, it's a tough decision because it's early, and Bari's gone through too many coaches lately in the
A lot.
past couple of years. It's
Yeah,
been
a lot.
awfully too many. But the thing is, who are you going to go with? I mean, I looked at a list of who's available, and do they want to spend the money? I mean, some
Right.
of these coaches have a big resume. Alberto
Yep.
Malesani.
Yep.
I mean,
All right, we got a caller.
what we do?
You're on the Staten Island Soccer Report.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Good, Vito.
Hey, ciao, Leonardo.
Ciao, come va?
Bene, bene. He was born in Mola di Bari, John.
That's it. You can't get better than that, right?
My parents were born in Mola, but he was born.
Is he on Staten Island?
Westchester.
Oh, Westchester.
He says,
okay.
do you prefer him to speak Italian or English?
You could either way, whatever makes you feel comfortable.
All right.
I know he's got a lot to say.
Questo Bari, se vuoi parlare di questo Bari possiamo anche parlare.
Sì, sì, vai.
Vito, che devo dire, io guarda, lavoro ogni sabato e quindi mi guardo le partite del Bari al lavoro. L'ultima partita del Bari, purtroppo, al 40° minuto l'ho spenta perché non, mi ha fatto così schifo guardare questo Bari, senza motivazione, senza spirito, senza carattere, perché il carattere lo prendono da Grosso,
Sì.
che non ha carattere, non ha non sa motivare la squadra.
That's
E
true.
perdiamo continuamente. Siamo tornati dal turno, dall'andata al ritorno, siamo stati 15 giorni senza giocare per riflettere come cominciare il secondo il girone di campionato e perdiamo. Il prossimo deve giocare contro il Venezia, poi il Frosinone.
Yeah.
Il pareggio della volta scorsa non ci voleva, dovevamo vincere. E ora, se non vinciamo almeno contro il Venezia fuori casa, con Frosinone sarà brutta e andiamo di male in peggio.
Sì, no, hai detto la verità. Ma, you know, forse è stato un esperimento con Fabio Grosso. Può pensare
It could
così,
be.
Gianni.
Yeah. I believe so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ma
Vito, esperimento, capito, però tu puoi fare esperimento su una squadra che aspira a, non lo so, metà classifica Serie B, ma non una squadra che vuole in Serie A, che è il Bari, che è una squadra di Serie A,
Sì.
che cerca di andare da tanti anni e non ci riesce. Non puoi mettere un galletto così di grosso, metti una persona che ha esperienza, che sa cosa fare, che sa motivare la squadra. Le classifiche, le interviste è monotone, sono proprio non dice niente, non dice sì, dobbiamo fare meglio, dobbiamo lavorare di più, e grazie, dobbiamo lavorare di più. Poi dobbiamo mettere in panchina a quello là, dobbiamo mettere in panchina, come si chiama?
no, hai detto you know, i punti giusti, ma
Galano.
Galano.
Lo mette in panchina.
Sì, no, questo è stato un sbaglio.
Yep.
Ma il fatto che abbiamo parlato io e Gianni che i soldi, quando il Bari deve investire su un allenatore o giocatori, sembra low cost. Non è che vogliono buttare soldi. Ci sono allenatori in giro, ci sono come Ciro Ferrara, c'è Fabio Cannavaro, Paolo Maldini, Roberto Baggio, Novellino, Gianluca Vialli, Eddie Rea, che ha tanta esperienza, Marco Matarazzi, Alberto Cavassin, Mario Berretta, Claudio Gentile, Giuseppe Papadopolo, Sven-Goran Eriksson.
Zambrotta.
Zambrotta può darsi che può fare anche l'allenatore, giusto?
Vito, ci sono allenatori, ci sono giocatori, però è pure la società, cioè la società si è fatta una squadra ok quest'anno, meglio dell'anno scorso, però cioè che tu ti togli i giocatori e le andate che ti producono, ti vai a prendere, Anderson ha giocato bene l'ultima volta, questa la prima partita, ha giocato benissimo, lui è l'unico che dava carattere. Però dai, non possiamo andare così senza avanti con questo. Mio fratello mi dice con questo 3-5-2 lo deve cambiare. 3-5-2 che non ha caponia, prendi un 4-3-3, figlio aggressivo, non so che devo dire, ma non c'è un attaccante di valore, non c'è nessuno che tu prendi, prende Kodak, che sta facendo Kodak? Poi dentro a me, vediamo, non lo so.
Well, I can tell you this. I know the fans, they didn't want to go through an experimenting coach.
Yeah.
They did not want to go through that. They're frustrated there in Italy, in Bari, and they want to win now. They want to get into Serie A.
That's true.
As soon as possible.
Because they don't want to go an 8th consecutive year in Serie B. It's too long for Bari that's got a lot of history.
So the problem is here, why doesn't the ownership and management realize this? That's the question.
They don't, because they've always been that way, and they'll always be this way. And I can tell you, if we're not going to win for the next 2 games against Venezia and Frosinone, at that point we're not going not even to the playoffs. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's got to change. The culture, the mindset, the thinking there, that has to change in Bari. Someone's got to step up there and make that change. Really?
They've been waiting. They've been waiting.
I understand that you want to.
They've been waiting because they thought that after Matarese it would get better. But honestly, Matarese has been the most winningest president in Bari's history.
Look, I would go there and coach that team for free. I've said that on social media. I sent the message to them already. I'll go there and coach for free.
But think about this, right? We always try to get so many players from everywhere in the world when we used to have a very good youth team.
Right. Yep.
Okay, well, we don't have that anymore. We don't have anybody that comes up to the main team.
Well, when they did have that, didn't they sell the players?
That's what they did.
A la Cassano?
They did.
Right, they would grow them and then they would sell them.
Yes, but we used to get the philosophy that Bari always used to have. Okay, you guys were talking about Zambrotta. Zambrotta used to come from, he was born in Como, okay?
Yeah.
And they used to come from a smaller team. Zambrotta became a champion.
Right.
Okay, champion. He went to Bari and then they sold it.
Yeah.
He went to Juventus right away, right?
Yeah.
After Bari?
Yeah.
Okay, Antonio Cassano came from there.
Correct.
Okay.
Simone
we had great
Perrotta.
players like Sergio Volpi.
What about Panucci?
Bonucci,
Ranocchia.
Back then we had a great team.
Yeah.
When Eninaya, oppure Osmanowski, Mazinga was in the front. Now we don't recall anybody forward that say, you know what, that's a great player. You know what, that's good. You know what, that guy can take the ball and score in a second, no matter what. We don't.
Right. Yeah.
That's right.
We don't have that Micoli. We don't have that Jovinko. What can I tell you? We have nobody.
Yeah, that's the problem right now. So we're hoping, we're making a push here. We're trying to push them all the way from New York. So
this is the reason why we're doing the show today. If Bari didn't lose 4-0 Empoli, I don't think we'd be here right now.
No. We're still, listen, I do this show here all the time, and I'd love to talk about Bari more than anything else. But I cover just about, I cover Staten Island soccer too and stuff that goes on here. But if there's something big about Bari, I would definitely cover it.
Leonardo, Fabio Grosso's rumored to be coached as a possible replacement for the next coach of Italy, I was reading.
Minchia, siamo fregati allora.
We're in trouble. Yeah, we're already in trouble. But, Yeah, he's
Right.
yeah. You know what? He definitely lacks motivating the team. You could tell he's not. He's a calm person.
Yeah.
He's not.
Well, you know what Bari
Very
needs?
calm.
Bari needs a disciplinarian, someone like a Serse Cosmi, but he's coaching Ascoli right now.
What about Gattuso?
They need, Gattuso, he's still young.
Gattuso, what is 6 games this year, and he lost only 1, and the other
Yes.
5 he won.
Yeah, and the reason why, because I'm sure he gives it to his players.
Yeah, that's the way he's
He
always been.
definitely,
as a player.
I guarantee you, in the locker room, he's
Yeah.
giving it to everybody.
He's always been like that. That's been his character.
Yeah. You know, the other guy that did that, and we had him, was Conte, but
Conte.
you know, we can't keep him forever because he has to move on. But he was another guy that was, you know, motivator, good
Yeah,
motivator.
probably one of the best they've ever
Absolutely,
had.
Conte was good.
Yeah,
Conte
yeah,
was good,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, he brought
But
us.
you know what? Call somebody old. Call Fascetti back. What can I tell you?
I know.
You know, call somebody that used to lead the team the right way when they used to be in Serie A.
You know, I got to blame these president, the managers here, these guys in charge. And not the owners yet, but I blame the management for hiring the coaches. You know, maybe they should go. Maybe.
At the end, it's all about money, guys.
Yep,
No matter
yep,
what,
yep.
investment.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that you can tell about Juventus, they get always players for so cheap. They sell so much more. They make so much money.
Yep.
But it's because of their philosophy, their perception of they're going to win no matter what.
Right.
They're always going to have the best player no matter what, and they're always going to make money.
Yeah.
You know, that's their philosophy that Bari needs to have.
That's right.
They don't. They will never have because everyone thinks, okay, you know what? I mean, Bari, nobody works. The only people that can work there is like a big shot or like imprenditori che hanno queste società così grandi e they just want to make money. They don't care.
All right.
Well,
Well,
did you hear that they're going to invest a lot on the stadium? They want to build hotels. There's a big project. They want to reconstruct the San Nicola Stadium. So, I
For
mean,
what?
I know.
For what? To go back to football in Serie C?
Yeah.
I know, that's a good point. I mean, you know, it was surprising because you thought maybe with Gianluca Paparesta, they got close. They were flirting in the playoffs to try to get into Serie A,
Yeah.
and it didn't happen. There's a rumor if they get back to Serie A that Paparesta might take back the team. But, you know, they have to be more gutsy because, like, last year they had a chance to get Federico Marcheda, and they, you know, all these rumors, they're going to get this player, they get this player. They don't,
And that's what they are.
basically execute.
That's what they are, rumors, yeah.
Se tu vedi, if you want to go to Serie A, ok, vedi il Frosinone, l'Empoli, le squadre, il Parma, le squadre forti si vedono quali sono. They play together.
It's true.
We don't.
Yeah.
We have no game. We can't play.
yeah, another thing, like we spoke about that before you called in. The unwritten rule is, you know, any new player that you obtain during the transfer window, I don't think that you should start the game his first time, right? You bring him in maybe halftime or something. And I know a few of the fans this past weekend were complaining about that.
Yeah, because they never play together. They
Right, right.
don't see the game. They don't see other
right,
people play.
right. So that's-
and they just got thrown in and say, you know what, go, show me what you can do.
That's-
And, you know, you're not playing in dilettanti or eccellenza or promozione.
That's the coach's fault. I blame him on that. Grosso,
It's a shame,
yeah.
because you want to get back to the glory days. I mean, Regalia mentioned something on Bari's page about, you know, he was there for 10 years, 4 years consecutive. They were in Serie A. You know, Fascetti, you know, even Ventura. I mean, he got Bari 50 points in Serie A. You know, they never got to 50 points. 10th place, that was a big thing for them.
It's a shame that we're going to see Grosso probably get fired here eventually.
If they continue like this, there's no other way.
At some
We
point.
can. The problem is we can't continue like this. You know, you know, after these next 2 games are gonna tell us everything. If we don't win the next 2 games, we're not even gonna go to the playoff.
Who did they play before Empoli? Which game was that? Before that was another game that they should have had. They should have won
Yeah,
that
they
game
tied,
also.
they
They
tied.
tied that game.
1-1.
They
Yeah.
tied, right?
Well,
Yeah.
we played the first half. We played very bad. The second half, we came back. I don't recall. I probably we hit the post as well.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we score. You know, I don't know why.
I tell
Somebody
you-
went
Yeah.
to church, bro.
If Bari would have
So-
kept all these players that we had, Simone Perrotta, Zambrotta, like if they would have kept all these players, I got to be honest with you. It's not like Bari doesn't have the money. I mean, they're calling Bari the second Milano in Italy.
Yeah.
With the industries, Leonardo could tell you, he was born there.
Yeah.
The development, and his brother does, travel tickets for new travel. So it's not like the team, it's not like they don't have money. Maybe they're hiding it. But, I mean, you have a Malaysian, Ahmed Nordin, one of the richest people in the world, 50% ownership of Bari. You're telling me that they don't have the money?
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
money's there.
They could get better players than Juventus if they wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, if they wanted to, they could really get
All
great
right.
players. And, they have to change the culture. That's the bottom line.
They will
Okay.
never. But, hopefully, you never know. Let's be positive. Let's
Yeah.
be optimistic.
Listen, that's it,
Or,
positive.
I mean, you talk
You
about...
can be negative all the time.
Yeah.
You know the way they play. Let's just hope they start playing the right way. Because sometimes, when they play together, we see the good game. Well, how they come out.
That's true. I mean, if they could bring, players like retrace the history of... They need to discover players like Nicola Ventola, Lanzafame. I mean, these players are really something else for Bari. They tell a lot about that team, but they have to find other ways. They have to really find a way to, they deserve so much better. You have loyal fans.
Yeah,
These fans are dedicated.
And they started going back this season. They started to go back. The stadium was a little bit more full this season because, the head coach and some players that they picked up. So
And it's a shame because, John, when they were in Serie A and when they had Vitali Kutuzov, when they played Milan, they played a heck of a game against Milan, they would fill the stadiums.
Well, that's all I watch now is the games against Milan and Inter.
Yeah.
Those games, that they beat.
When they would go, like, when Bari's in Serie A, they could fill the stadiums because their fans are very loyal.
Right.
And it's a shame.
Absolutely.
It's a shame because even Adriano Galliani, he was mentioning, it's a shame that Bari is lacking in Serie A because they're so helpful to the league.
Yeah.
They're so helpful
All right.
what they do.
All right, any last words? We're going to...
No,
Move on.
last word. Let's hope that we do the right thing.
Well, we're gonna
And,
stay-
we'll always have Bari in our hearts, and
That's
we'll
it.
always.
We're going to stay
achieve-
positive. We're going to stay positive, and we'll keep pushing. That's all we could do.
Absolutely.
Let's hope that
All right.
let's hope that they surprise with 2 days left in the transfer window. They get a big name that could do something. They got 48 hours to really do a major deal.
All right, make
I
a
don't know if
deal.
they're gonna come with any name, but hopefully, let's play with the team that we got now.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
talk to you. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Yeah, Vito, so, we know the stadium holds 58 plus,
Yeah.
okay? If they start winning again, every seat will be filled.
Oh, that's for sure. That
Guaranteed.
stadium was built for the Italy 90. That's the
Right, but
reason.
like you mentioned a few minutes ago, I think they need some upgrading on the stadium, and they're probably going to do that,
Yeah,
right?
they
And they
are.
should add some hotels around.
They want to try
Right,
to.
they're lacking that. They'd probably.
They're trying to get some attention, some influence.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what it is, because you look at stadiums like Juventus, what they've done.
Mhm.
They're trying to
Right.
get recognition.
Okay. All right, so back to what is it that they need to do other than chemistry?
Well,
The next couple of games, we just mentioned that they have to have those games.
they got to get Musmaj, I think. Musmaj from Benevento, if they can add him, I think that would really be a tremendous upgrade.
They're at the bottom, right?
Yeah, they're at the bottom, but Musmaj is a very good player.
Yeah, so they'll be back in B.
And he's an Albanian international with a lot of talent,
Okay.
and there's desire for him to go to Bari. And basically, Albania and Bari is connected.
right.
They're basically neighbors.
There's a connection there.
So,
Where is Bari standing right now? I didn't
12th
even.
place.
They're in 12th, ball.
Yeah.
So they're not even in a playoff
They-
spot right now.
They were in first place before they
Yeah.
lost to Palermo.
Wow.
When they lost to Palermo,
No,
they
that's
dropped.
another story. Palermo, we have to play them in Sicily.
Yeah.
All right, we have to. And we're gonna. Well, Empoli, we played them second time.
Yeah, they played him.
They played him.
Yeah.
What was the first game
I think
result?
they played him twice. But you know what? Palermo's got the most promotions from B to A, and that's active right now in B,
yeah.
and Bodi's right there.
So
Bodi's
how did
got the
Palermo come back to
second
B? I guess they last season had a bad season
Yeah.
in A. They come back to B and
Yeah.
they're going right back.
It looks if
It
they
looks
keep,
like
if they
it.
keep it up, yeah. You know what it is? Serie B is very competitive. I mean, you know, Bodi's in 12th, but if they could just pick up a couple of wins,
Right, they're right back in.
it's a tight
Yeah,
race.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody is separated by a few points, so you know it's just a matter of turning it around,
right.
and they have to start this next game against Venice.
Well, you know what, they did go a couple rounds into the Coppa Italia. I mean,
Yeah.
let's talk about some positives.
Yeah, they did. Well, that game
Right?
against Sassuolo, they played very well. They almost won that game.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So
I was watching that game with my uncle. They almost won. They lost at the last second.
Right.
in
We're
injury
not,
time.
you know, I'm not there, so we don't, it's different being in New York, you know, because you really don't know the ins and outs every day.
Mhm.
But from what I've seen in the beginning of the season, they played well.
They did.
A few games in Serie B and the Coppa Italia, they
Yeah.
won, right?
Correct.
So, and then what happened? All of a sudden,
Yeah.
it went right back to the body
The
that we
usual.
all, right.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's a shame because a team like Bari, decorated team with 110 years, they just celebrated
Yeah,
their birthday.
yeah.
They only have a Mitropa Cup. You know, it's a shame.
it.
Hopefully in our
That's-
lifetime we get to see Bari get to Europa
I
League.
never even heard of that cup.
Yeah,
Hello?
I know.
Yes, you're on the Staten Island Soccer Report.
I'm on the Staten Island Soccer Report.
You got it.
Vito, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Carmine.
Hey, Carmine, I'm surprised. How did you know to call?
Everyone knows.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, Carmine is, he owns Play Sports Bar, the Pizza Parlor, and the Hop Shop on Staten Island. He's
Okay.
got 3 places. We've done a show for the World Cup with Carmine here one time.
Okay.
So Carmine is a big sports fan, especially soccer.
Yes.
It's in his blood. Go ahead.
What are you guys talking about?
Body.
Oh, I don't know about Bari.
FC Body.
Yeah.
Aren't you part Bardes, you were telling me?
Me? No, I'm 100% Napolitan.
Oh, okay.
Well, Napoli's having a good season. We could talk about them for a couple minutes.
Yeah, they're in first place in Serie A. I mean, a Southern team.
Yeah.
I don't know how long they're going to stay, but you know, they're doing very well.
Well, once they play Juve, that'll determine who's going to win that.
Yeah, that's going to decide it
yeah,
all.
yeah, definitely.
I think Milan is going to win.
Milan.
Oh, I wish.
Well, Milan, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what got Tuzo.
You know that Carmine Gualtieri, who's calling us right now. There was a soccer player that played for Bari with the same name, but
yeah.
different spelling.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Milan.
Carmine's a Milan fan. That's why
Yeah,
he brought them up.
you know
Well,
what?
you know
I'm
what?
a big Milan fan. I think Gattuso is going to straighten the team out.
I think he already has, just
Yeah.
by his attitude. You know.
Yeah, they need
that's
time.
what they needed.
Yep, I mean, that's what we need. That's what Body needs. We need a
for sure,
Gattuso
for sure.
as a coach, and I guarantee you he'll get a few wins out
For
of them.
sure, that's exactly. It all starts with the coach.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's going to be the coach of the national team?
exactly. That's another thing. It's up in the air. I mean,
Oh,
the
that's-
favorites are Ancelotti and Fabio Capello. If they want to, I think they're going to have to get a big name
Yeah.
this time because
Yeah.
after what happened, you know, today they did the announcement. They didn't even get a president today because
Right.
they needed 75% of the vote. Tomasi was dismissed, I heard, and he was the favorite for Italian fans. So they have
Yeah.
to do a re-election, you know, to see who's going to be the new Italian president first. Once they decide who the new president's going to be, then they'll name a coach.
Right.
I have a feeling they're going to name a
Okay.
coach for the World Cup. During June, they're going to name a coach. You'll see.
Yeah, to take the
They'll
spotlight,
probably- yeah,
take a
they
little
always do.
spotlight from the World Cup
They'll
away
probably
because
do
they're
that.
not in it.
Yeah, exactly. The first time in 60 years, which is surprising.
Unbelievable.
But
Yeah.
you know what? All of Italy overwhelmingly wants Ancelotti. I think second is Capello.
He's got to be the fan favorite,
I
Angelotti.
don't think he's going to do it. I'll be honest. I think he wants to avoid the spotlight of the Italian media.
Well, he was on the Domenica Sportiva not too long ago, and he says he wants to change position. So maybe he's thinking about being the head coach of Italy instead of, you know, the role he's been in.
Right,
But
the
the
everyday.
thing is that with the contract that they have with Munich, they have to resolve that by June. So maybe if they resolve that, maybe they'll name him the coach. I mean, I think if you get Ancelotti or Capello, you can't go wrong. Third probably is Roberto Mancini or Claudio Ranieri. But if you can get the top dogs, even Luciano Spalletti says by far you want to get Ancelotti because of the situation they're in.
Okay, guys, I have to run. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
All right, thanks
same
for
here.
calling
Thanks for calling.
All right,
Wow.
good night.
Good night, good night. I guess being a guest on the show, I've gotten a lot of attention.
You got a couple of callers coming in. All right, so listen,
I'm sure we'll
like I
get more
said
calls.
at the top, you know, no better guy to have on than you to talk about Bari, that's for sure. And that's what we're talking about tonight.
Oh, yeah, no,
I mean, we could talk
my
about
whole
other
family,
things.
they're diehard
talk.
Bari fans. It's just, we've seen some ups and downs with this team. I mean,
Yeah.
what they did with Conte and Ventura, that was like the high point.
Conte, yeah.
Even Fascetti, you know.
You know, speak about Conte for a second. You know, he's coming out of Chelsea. He's
Yeah.
not right. What's he got? Another year.
That's what they said, yeah.
If he stays there for the next season, this might be his last season there.
It's
you know?
possible.
You know, he wants to come back to Italy.
Yeah.
And what about him for the national team? Again,
That's a rumor, but I don't know if
Yeah.
if it's too soon for him
it
to
might
come
be. It
in.
might be a little too
You
soon.
know, I don't know if it's just the right fit.
Yep.
I mean, he did a good job, but I think when you have a chance to get Carlo Ancelotti, you have to. You have to
I agree.
finish it off.
I
You
agree.
can't, you know, you have someone like that that's available.
Conte back to Juve.
Who knows?
Yeah, I think that's a good fit.
Who
And
knows?
then somewhere down the road, back with the national team before he
It's
calls it.
possible.
You know, before he retires.
Well, you know,
ultimately.
Massimo Allegri is coaching Juventus. Eventually, he's expressed interest in coaching the national team too.
Oh, okay.
Down the road, he's mentioned that.
Well, we have a lot of good coaches.
There
anyway.
is.
You know,
Look what Federico Giampaolo is doing with Sampdoria this
Yeah.
year. Amazing one.
Didn't they? Roma. What did they do yesterday? Roma lost. I
The
think.
Sampdoria. You know, they played twice in a week because of the makeup game
Right.
with the weather.
Okay.
They played them twice this week.
All right. They lost yesterday, Roma. Roma's a disappointment this season.
Yeah,
I think.
well,
Instead of,
change of coach, it's
Yeah,
tough,
yeah.
you know. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot of great coaches. Luciano Spalletti, Gasperini. There's a lot of great coaches, you know.
Right.
It's a matter of time.
you've been in Bari, right? You've been there.
I've been to Bari 10 times,
When
but
are
I
you going
haven't.
back?
In the near
We
future,
gotta plan it.
hopefully.
We have to plan a trip, and we'll go take a walk
Hopefully.
down there.
No, it's a good place. For vacation, it's a good place. You know, it's nice, relaxing
Right.
time.
Got to go during the season to see
Yeah.
the game, right?
Yeah, during the season,
Before
well,
May.
Yeah,
It ends in May. They end, right?
Yeah, that's in May. But then if you go in the summertime, like I've had my godfather, he went in the summertime. You could see the games in the preseason.
Right. The
They have the
preseason games.
preseason
I think
games.
they start
Yeah,
maybe August.
yeah.
They're in
Usually,
August,
yeah, they
yeah.
have the preseason
Yeah,
games,
yeah,
so that's a good time to watch those games too.
Okay.
No, but there's
So
a lot of excitement.
They
over there.
basically got 1 month off, which is July. I
Yeah.
don't think they do anything in July.
They don't.
August they start.
Yeah.
They're training again. All right. I mean, so far, again, we just got to. We're going to hammer. I think the management.
Yeah.
We'll put the blame on them right now for this little rut that they're in.
Again, you have to remember, John, that
Yeah.
a few years ago they were in foreclosure.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Gianluca Paparesta, he bought them out of foreclosure,
Right,
you know?
right.
He
I
kind
get-
of like salvaged
I get
the
it.
team.
I get it. But we're back. We're back
Yeah,
in.
that's true, you're
We're
right.
back in it now.
I know.
And it's proven at the beginning of the season, and I know it was only a few games, maybe 10 games, whatever it was. They were in first place.
They were.
It
They
looked
were.
nice. I took a photo of that, you know. You never know when you're going to see that again. You know?
That's true. You want to laugh the year that Ventura was coaching Bari and they did phenomenal. The second year they were in last place.
Yeah.
He goes, but if you flip the
Yeah,
newspaper over,
yeah,
we're in
yeah,
first place.
Yeah, and that's true.
That was like the
That's
New York
true.
Mets one year. The coach.
Listen, they were in first. I was like, okay, it's way too early, right? And then they dropped out. All right, listen, second place, you take second, right? I take second right now. If they
Oh, for sure. The dream is to get top two. Because
Right.
if you get top two,
top two, you go.
you're going. As long as the point difference is a certain amount, you're going in.
Right.
And then obviously, if you go into the playoffs, it's then you want the third spot.
Top. Right. The playoffs is from 3 to 8.
Three to yeah. You
3
want
to
to get
8
that
is
one
the right.
spot.
Whoever's in that 3 to 8 slot is a playoff,
Yeah.
which we'll take. We'll take
Of
that.
course.
Right. Right.
However way you get into Serie A, it doesn't matter.
If they
as long as
listen,
you get there.
what if they're giving Grosso maybe a 3-year deal? I don't know. What do they give him? How many years has he got?
I'm not really.
You got to give a
yeah.
coach at least 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what he does within. If they get into the playoffs this year, get your feet wet with that, because last year they missed it,
Yeah.
right? They were in that playoff bracket, and then they dropped out at the
Yeah.
end. So get in it this year, play a round or two, whatever they do. If they don't make it, and then next year is the year when you got to go for it.
Yeah.
You really.
Let's see what they do in 48 hours. If they get Musmaj,
Okay.
You know, maybe you never know. Maybe they could turn things around. It just takes one good
Yeah.
move that could possibly turn things around here.
And you can't always change the lineup either. You gotta give the team a chance.
That's true.
So
I heard there was a top secret meeting between the fans and Sean Soliano
Yeah.
because they were so disappointed about what's going on.
yes,
Not winning in
That-
6 games.
they're frustrated. I mean, look, they want to get out of B.
That's for sure.
They're frustrated. I feel it from here. I feel their pain.
Hmm.
So, all right, with a couple minutes to go,
I was also going to mention about.
do we?
Let's see, about Mataresi, who passed away. They're probably their best president,
Yeah.
and they were saying basically his dream was to get into Copa UEFA.
Yeah.
It's a shame because they were close that year with the 50 points. They missed
Yeah.
it by a couple of points. So, that's what they need. A team like Bari, if you get to Serie A, you got to really propel the team. You
and
got to really.
That's when you got to spend even more.
Yeah,
Right. Yep,
because
to
to survive in
Right.
Serie A is not easy.
Right.
Because
to
you got to
stay
get the sponsors.
Yep.
There's a lot of investment. Bari's not like
Well-
Juventus that has their own fan bus that could come to
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Right. Yeah. How would they get that bus here?
They probably have connections.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that. That was last season with Pirlo. Yeah. So here's another guy, Pirlo. Right now we haven't heard anything. Right, first season off.
Yeah.
What's his
future,
plan?
I would think,
Coach.
I would think so.
I would say
think,
coach.
I would say coach
Yeah.
or something in management. Like Francesco Totti now, with possible. They're talking about him being like involved in Roma management.
Right. Well, he's stuck with Roma. But
Yeah, he's
where's
gonna-
Pirlo going? That's the key.
Well,
That's the
he
big
was
question.
with Inter a while. He was with AC Milan.
Right. He's with a few clubs.
But I'll be honest. Even a coach for Bari, Pirlo wouldn't be bad with time.
With time, but he's definitely got this. He's very intelligent.
Oh yeah, he's got vision.
Yeah,
He's
going to be a great coach.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
I think
probably
right
will.
off the bat.
Yeah.
I think he's going to teach players. He's going to help players a lot, young players.
that was the winning combination, Andrea Pirlo and Fabio Grosso.
Yeah.
When Pirlo provided the assist against Germany when they scored
Yeah.
that goal in 2006.
The overtime.
Yeah.
Who scored the first goal
We
in
had-
overtime?
Del Piero was the winning goal.
Right. He scored the second
Yeah.
one. I forget who scored
It
the
might have
first
been
one.
Fabio Grosso.
Okay.
Fabio Grosso got that.
Yeah. Right. It was Grosso. Yeah. And then he scored the penalty kick
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah,
So
for the World Cup.
he's got this. He's got the. It takes guts
Yeah.
to step up
Mhm.
in a World Cup
Yeah.
penalty
Of
kick.
course.
Come on.
Of course.
Right? So he's got that in him.
Yeah.
He's got to show it now as a coach.
Oh, that's for sure.
He's got
That's
the
for
gut.
sure. But you know what? Give Fabio Grosso the players.
Yeah, yeah,
You as the ownership, as the
Yeah.
president, make them look good.
yeah.
Uh,
Absolutely. No, absolutely. You need players, of course. You need players. Unfortunately, it's the coach that always gets the blame
Oh,
when
of
the
course.
team doesn't go well.
Yeah,
So
the first thing that happened
Yeah.
when Italy didn't qualify,
Right.
all the blame was on Ventura.
Right. But meanwhile, the players didn't play.
Exactly.
I would like to see. I definitely wanted to see what's his name on the national team, Bolotelli.
Oh yeah,
I
he
mean,
was
he's
doing
a striker.
very well.
He's a pure striker.
He was doing very well
Yeah.
with Nice.
Yep.
It's a shame
Yeah.
that
Yep.
he wasn't called up,
Right.
but
That's one of his mistakes I think he
Yeah.
made, and that's probably it.
if Ancelotti gets
Yeah.
if he gets the job, you're going to see him call Balotelli.
Yeah, absolutely. You
We'll
have to. All right, they're giving me the signal there. Guy, thanks again. Thank you to Kenny, everybody else in CTV for making this happen tonight. A great show. Thank you, Vito, for coming
welcome.
on.
Thank you for
Anytime, you come on the show, we'll talk about Bari. And again, like we said with the callers, all we could do here is just keep pushing and hoping that someday Bari makes it into Serie A.
Oh yeah.
Thank you to Dario. Thank you to the callers for calling in. Thank you for Dario and for that video at the beginning of the show. And we'll see you guys soon. I guess in probably in a couple of weeks we'll do another one of these live shows. All right, guys, and we'll just wait for the controller.
Ho dedicato la mia vita ai momenti più felici, ad inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Quante volte mi hai deluso, non importa, io ci credo sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci